Hey, my beautiful friends, it's your friend Kevin. This is your Divine Daily Blast. I hope you're well. I hope you're rested. I just hope nothing but blessings for you today. Let's get right to the numbers, the cards, the moon, all of that stuff. So we're in an angel numerology 10, which reduces to a 1. 10 I like to be calling divine wishes, and 1 ambition. In numerology, the number 10 is considered significant, and it's a powerful number because it's associated with fresh beginnings, leadership, innovation, and self-discovery. Independence is also associated with a 10. It's self-reliance, the ability to navigate challenges on an independent level. However, it also highlights the importance of balancing independence with intimacy, connections with other people. Now, the number 10 combines the essence of 1, new beginnings, individuality, and 0, infinite potential, spiritual energy. And this combination symbolizes the capacity to create something from scratch, tapping into the well of infinite possibilities. Oh, I thought I was going to sneeze. So, if you are somebody like myself who has a life path number 10 reducing to a 1, then it suggests you got positive traits, you're ambitious, you're confident, you're determined, you're innovative, courageous, independent, proactive, successful, all of the above. Now, there are potential challenges if you are somebody born in a 10-1. You might have to balance your independence with intimacy in relationships. And you may need to watch becoming too dominant, too controlling, too egotistical. So, be mindful of your impatience and your restlessness. Now, you've got the strong potential for success, 10-1 people, especially in leadership roles, endeavors requiring initiative, ideas, that kind of thing. And you're just encouraged to pursue all of the above. Don't know why my nose is running like a faucet today, but it is. Let's get on to my isms. I am filled with the light of love and divine consciousness, and I am blessed. I am generating and radiating the vibrational energy of joy, abundance, and love. Oh, yes, I am. Abundance is linked to the frequency of your heart. What is your heart saying? What is your love language today? Message from the guardian angels. We are messengers of source, whose entire purpose is to make you feel safe. Trust that you are adored and protected in all ways. Today I choose faith over fear. Ooh, that's always good. I stand tall in my trust in the divine. Now, we've got Metatron. Metatron is encouraging us to clear the way for better things. Metatron is known as one of the younger archangels. And as I said earlier in the week, the end of last week, I don't necessarily differentiate between the archangel realm and the guardian angel realm and the angel realm. I think they have their roles to play. And I'm not sure there is a hierarchy in the angel realm. I don't know that there is. There is on earth. There is in human form. There's this hierarchy that goes on, kind of leads to leadership and direction, but it also can lead to that ego-driven control, which we're seeing crumbling right now. But Metatron's purpose is to get you in touch with your life's purpose. I'm ready to fulfill the call of my soul. What's your call? Your soul. What is your soul calling for? Lady Nada, that's divine consciousness in the heart space, opening your heart space, being liberated, letting yourself love and also be loved. Loving everything. Loving what you do, loving who you talk to, loving the conversations you have. Just spreading love. It is the absolute opposite end of the fear spectrum. You know, even if you could, I know this sounds a bit silly, but I'm going to use it as an example. Having love for a gatepost. Having love for the person that brings you something that you weren't expecting. This then generates the gratitude feeling, the joy feeling, the happiness feeling, and you just feel lifted up. You're in the presence of your highest being, the highest being of all. Louise Hay's diary today says, I am constantly increasing my consciousness and aware. All right, I am constantly increasing my conscious awareness of abundance. Ooh, that's a mouthful. There's plenty for everyone, including me. Most of us, I can't say all of us, most of us, somehow or another in our physical lifetime on Earth, in our journey, in our adventures, have experienced the feeling that things run out, that we've used things up. I can use the gas tank in your vehicle as an example. Some folks run their gas tank right at half full. Some people run it 3/4 full. Some people run it full, complete, all the way up, making sure there's a full tank of gas. I don't know how that equates to you, but it's a little bit like you've got plenty of groceries. You know, a couple of cans of this, maybe a couple of bags of something in the freezer. We're all raised with this idea that the supply chain runs out. There is no more. Hence, when they call for storms and they say that, you know, whatever colossal storm Mary's coming into town, the world rushes out to the next store and they take milk and bread and eggs and supplies because somehow they think that Armageddon is coming. You know, long news reports have said that folks have built bunkers underneath the ground because they have this fear that they're going to be without, that they're going to perish, that there's just going to be no more. That is fear. If you think of abundance and you think of the conscious awareness of abundance, it never really runs out. You know, you think about the factories that put out cans of vegetables, and you think of all these processing plants that process foods, or the groceries. I mean, when farmers plow fields and they put potatoes in, if you're in Idaho, or wherever they grow produce. In this country, in the Midwest, in some parts of the country, California, with the fruit, the berries and the nuts, there's a colossal amount of, and I'm using food as an example, because that's one of the things that seems to be plaguing our consciousness right now, is the lack of food, the lack of nutrition. So when you start thinking about abundance, think about your conscious awareness of it. Are you increasing your abundance by increasing your awareness of what abundance means to you? Vibrating the vibration of joy, filled with light, love, consciousness, being blessed, the heart space opening to more and more generosity and abundance. I'm hoping I'm making this clear. I'm not confusing you. Let me know in the comments what you think. Right, now, quickly, before we get on to this. The moon has moved into the mysterious sign of Scorpio. As the moon moves into Scorpio, it's going to intensify some emotions, some feelings. Dive into them, take a peek at them, pull the covers back on them, and deeply dare that you come out the other side feeling transformed. Have a feeling that if I dive into my feelings here, now, today, this minute, I'm going to come out completely transformed. This card is a lovely, lovely card. Now, I'm using the Ciro Marchetti Mystic Palette Tarot deck. And this is our Fool card. In traditional tarot, the zero major arcana is called the Fool. Now, in modern decks, Bradley Valentine, one of my mentors, talks about the first card, the zero, being the dreamer, and the dreamer going on a journey. In traditional tarot, people embark on a journey that they don't know what the outcome is going to be, would be called foolish. because everybody else wants to sit in the safety zone. So today, you're being encouraged to be the adventurer. Now here we see a man of age with his playful hat on and a little dog, and there at the bottom, right in the middle, he's going on a journey. But he also holds up the tarot card, traditional tarot. So at some point, this card is signifying that there is a journey and it's coming, but we're not sure what the details are. Well, that's life. This is the journey of life. Whether it is the yellow brick road or you're on a journey, things change. People come in, people leave, people enter, but you're on this journey. And whether or not you want to be part of the planning of the journey is up to you. But the journey is going to continue whether you're on board for it or not. If I'm hoping I'm making sense with this. The concepts represented by the Fool are somewhat universal in time and space. It suggests the presence of the antique card, and universally the space symbolized by the Fool's rainbow-coloured motley, his hat, here. This is talking about the stars, the planets, the moon, the sun, and unpredictability and creativity are all working together in this. They're essential for humans. No matter where and what we're doing, we have to have a little bit of mystery. We've got to have a little bit of unpredictability. That's what makes it kind of this adventurous journey. And on this Fool's forehead, we've got a tattoo, right? It's the devotion, jokes, pranks, repartee. He's just having fun. This is a card for all creative people, and the headgear can be seen as a colourful form exploding out of his head, like a jack-in-the-box. So it's all about impetuousness, risk, change, growth, unpredictability, having jokes, pranks, having fun. There's the joy, creativity, artistry. This is trying to control the negativity, and the chaos. Get in it, not in the negativity so much, but get in the chaos. Now in astrology, this would be seen as Uranus, eccentricity, originality, anarchy. So this is a lovely, lovely card. But some people see the Fool as being reckless, see the Fool as being impetuous. You have to have a little bit of risk, my friends, if you want to have an adventure in a way. The challenge we've got is people think of risk as being dangerous. They think of risk as being, oh my goodness, it all could go wrong. You look at the consciousness of it. Are you thinking, I'm going to take this risk because I've got this funny feeling it's all going to work out? That's why we do these affirmations. Everything works out for my highest good. Everything works out for my highest joy. Everything works out for the best of me. I used to struggle with that. I used to struggle with, people who would come to me loyally and regularly, and they move on, and there's a feeling of loss, there's a feeling of sort of separation from them. And then I now got to the point of saying, well, they just made room for other people. All right. Fairies everywhere, bring me your fun, bring me your joy, bring me your blessings, and a message that we can tie all of this together. Heart space open, conscious awareness of abundance, the feeling of joy, the energy of love, the energy of being blessed, feeling blessed. Let's go. Come on. Well, I'm just going to have to choose one. Yesterday I did a reading in impetuous using these cards for somebody, and they just all, I can't remember how, there's a bunch of cards that flew out. Okay, we've got to do a reading with these. Versatility. Oh, I love it. Okay, so now you see the connection. Here's the Fool card. Impetuous, risk-taking, going on an adventure, not quite sure what's going to happen, but we're going to have a good time along the way. That's the Fool card. Then we've got versatility. Be prepared to spin all the plates at once. Just be prepared. So what I love about today's energy, we got Scorpio that's really talking about, here we go, the moon in Scorpio talking about diving into your feelings and being deep with them and coming out the other side feeling transformed. I'll share something with you. Last night, for some reason, I'm not a big Olympic person. I don't like sit there glued watching every single event. However, there are some events I like. The Winter Olympics, I sort of tend to like more so than the Summer Olympics. I don't know if that's because in the winter time when they're going on, you're sort of shut in and you've got not much choice but to watch the telly. Anyway, what struck me the most is they got the parade of the athletes that come out into field. In Italy, which I don't know much about Italian culture, but they all celebrate. The Italians celebrate life. I've never been to Italy, but I've seen enough travel videos, enough travel programs of people who go. And just like France and Spain, those Mediterranean type of Latin cultures, they celebrate on the street. They got really good coffee. They have really good food. And everyone's out on the sidewalk with wine. And they're just having themselves a great time. This was my essence of the parade of athletes. Even countries that were showing up with one or two athletes for that country that were competing, they were filled with joy. They were filled with celebration. They were filled with opportunity. They were filled with that feeling of happiness. And I've got goosebumps now. Yes, I know. All my angels are here. I was just thinking, why can't the world be represented like this? All these countries coming together to compete for whatever sport they were competing in, and everybody seemed to be getting along and having a good time. Really. Now, there were some nations that were highly represented, Canadians, Americans, Australians. Then the other countries didn't have so many athletes in their team. However, they were pointing out how many medals they had won in the last events. What the point I'm making, there wasn't one aspect of that opening ceremony that wasn't filled with wonder, filled with joy. I mean, the parade of athletes were happening in 3 different locations all simultaneously. It was quite something. What it did for me was it lifted me. It had me feeling that you can look at the world as being half empty, not much going on, things running out, people being destroyed, secrets being told, that whole reality TV crazy nonsense. Or you could look over here and see the celebration of joy and happiness, and we're here. We got here. We competed. And we're at the Olympics. The amount of joy on those young people's faces, that filled me with joy. I was getting it. My point being, they were filled with faith. They were choosing faith over fear, standing tall and trusting the divine. This is your day today. Be versatile. Be as versatile as you possibly can. Look at every slalom race, every turn, every detour as being divinely placed upon your path to give you an exciting adventure. Done. I love you. I'll be back tomorrow with 2 new cards, I think, unless they shuffle and they come back again. Yeah, and then we'll do a weekly thing tomorrow. All right, my friends. Until then, much love. Thanks for liking, subscribing and supporting the channel. Your comments are fabulous. Thank you.